to another episode of Dark Skies News and Information podcast, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California, from the Bay to LA. What's up, San Jose? See Arizona checking in. What's up, Phoenix? Got all my people chiming in. Got words from the OGs. We got, well, a lot going on since the last podcast. You know, I've upset people. Again, it's like every time I do a show, I piss people off. I mean, I guess it's just people sitting around waiting to get mad at stuff because, anyway, we're going to dig into that, because in order for you to understand this podcast and understand me, you have to take a moment and open your mind. So we're going to do a little bit of explaining, what it's like to be me. And my team has dropped in a bunch of, stuff to what they said best describes me. So they're going to be playing it throughout the show, just drops, just to best describe, the people's champ, me, LC Graves, the leader, the captain on this, beautiful journey through time, reality, space, mind, soul, and spirit. Well, strap yourselves in. You just found the #1 podcast in all of the multiverse. Light them if you got them. Make yourselves comfortable. Today's show is about end times. Yes, end times. Okay. Be back in a few seconds. You know how we do. Oh God, how y'all doing today? How y'all doing? Well, it's a beautiful day here in California, sunny California, partly cloudy, or I guess you can say partly cloudy. But anyway, enough with the weather report. It's wonderful to be here. It's wonderful to have the podcast up and going. It's wonderful to have the team all in effect. Jennifer, Jim, Maggie Nikes. Oh my God, Becky. Oh shit. And of course, I'm your host, LC Grace, from Compton, California. What's going on, Compton? I see y'all been checking in, and hey, I thank you for y'all support, because, it's a beautiful thing when you have the people that you care about, aboard the ship as we get ready to sail to greener pastures. Oh man, today we're gonna stop and we're gonna look at some of the crazy ass shit that's going on in the world and try to make sense of it and try to ask the tough questions, like with all the wars and rumors of wars, it said it would be that, ancient ancestors, Bible, it was written that it would be wars and rumors of wars. Well, we got the war over in Ukraine. We got rumors of upcoming wars, of proxy wars being fought in the darkness, from the West versus, Russia. And we don't know exactly what's true anymore because all information seems to be either leaning left or right. And, of course, I've been chastised by my sponsors and by the overseers of, podcasts etiquette. Well, they say that I'm not being professional. I'm not being, sympathetic. Well, I'm not sympathetic. I'm not sympathetic to anything. I mean, I may have a problem, but I have empathy. And empathy and sympathy is two different things. I mean, I believe if you're stupid and you walk into a cave and it has a sign that says, "Hungry bear will rip you up, do not enter." And, the stupid person walks into the cave and, get his ass eaten up by a vicious bear. Well, okay, do you have sympathy for that person? Well, most people probably would. Not me. Stupid ass walked in the cave, got your ass ate up. I mean, there was a sign. And even if it wasn't a sign, why are you going into a dark cave alone? So I point out shit like this, to people that, I am no longer sympathetic. Not to the individual human. I mean, I know that's kind of cold, huh? That's cold. You're mean. But no, I'm not sympathetic to the individual human. I'm sympathetic to the species, to the overall group. You know what I mean? I mean, when I see like the whole world going through things like with COVID and the shutdown of small businesses and being stuck at home and kids out of school and you can't go visit your grandmother or your mother, I mean, it's a lot. So people have to, I guess, prepare themselves for the unpreparable, because the unpreparable has already happened, right? The precedent has been set that, at any second, your whole world can be changed or turned upside down. But I'm a true believer in as above, so below. So if you turn my world upside down, it's still right side up, right? It's the same. Well, to me it is. Well, I look at things quite differently. But I also want people to understand that this is not the LC Gray show. So my opinions or something I might say or me going out on a tangent, I mean, I reserve the right to do that shit because this is, my baby. I put in hours upon hours preparing each show. Look at the dialogue. I have my notes. I have my research. I have, oh my God, my knowledge. I have my memories. I have, all the equipment that we use. Sometimes we don't use a lot of equipment. Sometimes we use more. Just depends. Right now I'm working on building a much more advanced studio. So you will be happy to know that Dark Skies News and Information is going to be like really high tech and really like super clear. We're going to try to launch our website and we're going to get the merchandise and we're going to try to do some stuff, but I'm not really in a rush to do it because it's possible that we're in end times, right? I mean, does it make sense to, go have all of these things and then what, the world end? I always tell people that the world can end in so many ways, but it can only continue, in one way. There's one way for, the world to, move forward and, to evolve, to enlighten ourselves, to become part of the intergalactic universe, join our neighbors. Right now, we like in a prison solar system, obviously, the rest of the universe don't want us out there because, of the obvious. I mean, stupidity is like a plague. They don't want to spread throughout the universe. But not just stupidity, anger, hate, aggression, violence, the capability of murder. I mean, we have wiped out entire species, due to our lack of sympathy. But then you call me out on my lack of sympathy. And think about this, y'all. I got, banned a lot. I got, browbeated and chastised, by the upper brass about, my statements and my shows and the things that I said about, Ukraine and Russia. Now, what did I actually say was wrong? I mean, I asked for peace. I asked for both sides to stop fighting, for both sides to reassess their situation. I am always saying that they have a symbiotic relationship due to their, close proximity to each other. And that, one of them cannot exist without the other one. And I often point out that there are Russian-speaking Ukrainians and That's not by accident. It's not Russian-speaking people in Compton. Shit just don't happen by accident. You have to have a symbiotic relationship. Something that's deeper than borders. It's amazing if you think about it. Their relationship has been on, rocky roads for a long time, as they both have not adjusted well to the new world. And you always hear them speak of the new world order and the order that they hope to put in place to get people to fall in line, whether it be with vaccines or mass mandates or everything. Shut down, stay at home. You can't complain about gas prices. Media plays a huge part in, keeping the blindfolds on the population. And we are, caught in the middle of what seems to be eternal conflict. And I often tell people that, we don't have really much to say when it comes to an eternal conflict because, humans are not eternal. Now, maybe you were in the past, but this current version of humans, they die, And the stupidity is just incredible because, it's quite possible that humans are only using 3% of their brain capacity or capabilities. So I can see where stupidness would be a problem. You're not using 100% of your brain. And some people are not even using the 3%. Because they just go through life and just completely fuck it. I just lay on the ground. I just wait for somebody to give me something. And damn well your stomach gonna be growling, you're gonna be hungry as fuck, And I always say a desperate man is much more dangerous than a humble man. A humble man is like the life has beat him down and he's just happy to get anything. A desperate man is fuck that. I need to get anything. I gotta get something, whatever I can get. Don't care who I hurt in the process. And that's and lies the problem. You make people desperate because they don't have what you promised them, like a chance. And, that's what we offer here. We offer a chance to survive, a chance to save your families, a chance to become better than what you are, better than what you were, and the best is yet to come. I always say that if you live in the light, you trust in God, and you just try to do the right thing as much as possible. Nobody's perfect. It's often misunderstood when it comes to, the creator. God is a creator, right? He created all things. So what a lot of people don't understand is one of the first things he created was balance. And that balance must be maintained in, a fake universe, a real universe, a multiverse. It doesn't matter. There's some type of rules in place that govern this universe. And that whoever created this universe, whether it's an AI, quantum computers, or a human who's very smart, who was able to create those computers, or maybe it's created by a universal God. Maybe there are gods all throughout the multiverse. It's so hard to figure it out because we are just now learning about, what it's like to be a multi-dimensional being, a multi-universal being. Or maybe everybody's not. Maybe everybody's just locked in this universe and can never see past it. And this is it for them. And maybe some people truly do have infinite versions of themselves. Variants. So when you think about some of the movies that are coming out too, like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, then you look at Spider-Man No Way Home, then you look at all the whole direction that the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is headed is towards a big multiverse like they preparing you, they teaching you, they're educating you, they're introducing you to a theory that says that not only that there are multiple universes, but there's life there in each one of them, and variations of what we have in this universe, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. So one scary thing about it is one of the stories in the comic books, they had the emergence, right, where or was it convergence? I'm not sure exactly what it was called. One of my comic book people were going to help me out on that one, but I think it was incursions, and basically it was universes were basically bumping into each other and being destroyed as they collide into each other, and in order to try to save the universe that we're living in, the heroes had to go through all kinds of different things as far as trying to destroy other universes before they could collide in order for their universe to survive. And you have clashes between universes because both universes want to survive, right? And if one is trying to destroy the other one, then somebody's going to, of course, try to stop them, or vice versa. Maybe they need to destroy your universe before your universe collide into theirs. And the way the incursions were working in the comic books is that Earth was the point of contact. So it's like all the universes, when they destroy, Earth is like the cause. This is where it happens. Strange. But anyway, this is what, the old comic books and what the current MCU is, showing us. That, if there are multi-universes and they're colliding into each other, then, it's basically like multiversal war or a multiversal annihilation. But anyway, it pretty much ends with the complete and total destruction of the multiverse, where all the actual universes continue to collide until they were just two left. And I think it was, or I guess the current MCU universe, and then what is this, 616? Oh, I'm so bad with the numbers. But anyway, it was basically the MCU's universe versus the Ultimate Universe. And I guess that's the Ultimate Universe is where everybody, I guess, were superpowered. The superheroes are ultimates. You had Blue Marvel, and I think the Utopian Parallel, I'm not sure if it's actually from that universe, but America Chavez, one of the characters that's going to be in a new Doctor Strange movie, is a character that basically can punch and kick her way through universes using star portals. So she'll punch and then a star portal will open, and then she can pass into a different universe in the multiverse. And I think that's super interesting, because if you think about it, she kick open star portals like a Stargate, and a Stargate to another universe. And this is just things that we're really starting to see in movies and art as it imitates reality, and it's just fascinating to see. But at the same time, we have to be able to see this stuff and make sense of it and maybe add it to our toolkit. So we definitely went past the break, so we're going to take a quick break and we'll come back, and we're going to talk more about end times. We're going to talk more about movies and how they relate to what's going on. We're going to talk about, I guess, me a little bit as I start my explaining of my position and how I look at things, and plus my team will have fun doing their drops, and I don't know, what are y'all gonna call me, a bully? Am I a bully? What are y'all gonna say? Y'all not gonna tell me. I just do the drops. I don't know what drops they're gonna do, but I'm gonna try to hold it together. I mean, they pick drops that best define me as the leader and the host of Dark Skies News and Information. So we'll check it out when we come back. So right now,
see you rolling in my ride. West side, never stop. This is how we do on my side. See me rolling in my ride, rolling on my side. That's how we ride. Every day on my side. West Coast, this is how we represent. Reckless, oh God. Close to y'all are heavy. It's okay, cause we represent, we won't stop. Rise to the top. Even when you're not feeling good, you can still give it up for the hood. Everybody put your hands up. And all the homies, stand up. It's our time, our brand's up. You see Reckless, all the dubs on the hands up. Stand up, man up. And if you're getting kinda broke, it's time to plan up. Time to get it. Man, even if the whole world got a witness, don't stop, cause we real for the real, we real for the fake, we real for the ones that never make, we ones for the ones that never take, for this real, we shape, our own dimension, our own suspension, we will not stop, listen dog, you not mention, the things that we did to get to this place, oh God, mama would be disgraced, but we still hold on, we stay strong for the ones that didn't move on. And they still stuck in the same place. Oh God, even though they hate, we gon' replace all that stuff that they move on. Listen, God, no bluff. Everybody stand up, stand up. You gon' see me on my side, rolling in my ride. That's how we do it, on my side. Everything is alright. You gon' see me rolling in my ride. That's how we do it on my side. West side. West side.
On Dark Skies News and Information sports page, we got the Lakers head coach Frank Vogel fired. Been shown the door. Oh man, so they're gonna have to get a new coach to come in, and we'll see what's going on with LeBron and AD and Westbrook and the rest of the fellas as, well, they have an off season to think about what went wrong. Also, we got the NFL draft approaching, so that's pretty cool. Dodgers are getting on the way as Major League Baseball is, well, off and running. So it'll be interesting to see what goes on there. And also we have, well, how can I say, more and more, well, good things are happening for Dark Skies News and Information as, well, the ratings and the show popularity is going up 500, or almost 500%. Last I checked was 418% increase. So even with all the banding that they're doing and all the blocking of my thumbnails on Twitter and the horrible things that Facebook has done to me, should be arrested. But yeah, we have endured, and right now we're in season 6, and season 6 is even more popular and more. There's been more listener growth and downloads and wider range of people listening to the podcast, and well, it's great because I always thought season 5 we hit our peak and that we would start to go down, because we've never really been like a super popular podcast. I mean, it's, could be my fault. I mean, am I warm and cuddly? Am I a motherfucker that you can, lay your head on his shoulder and cry? Or, would I even take the time to listen? Or would I be moving 1,000 miles an hour in one direction, and that's towards, preserving what part of the human race I can. I mean, there's no guarantee that any of us would survive, a mass event. But at the same time, if we increase our odds, then that would be acceptable. I mean, increasing your odds of survival is a good thing. I mean, taking your destiny in your own hands. Don't be a blind ass motherfucker. Open your eyes, see. Especially before you cross the street. I mean, people are living dangerously today because they don't think shit can happen until it happens. You don't think it can happen to you until it happens to you. So it doesn't hit close to home, so you're not registered like what's happening. When the bombs land on Ukraine and the poor civilians are being killed, I mean, you're not feeling their pain. Even though people who are empaths, I can see it in their face that, just the pain and the horror that they feel just from that region. But I'm just talking about regular people who really don't care too much because that's in Europe, we're in America, or we're in South America, we're in Africa. The fighting is not here. But I tell people that, fighting can spread. I mean, you can never underestimate just these times that we're living in because you just seen that pandemic, and that was some, world-altering type shit. And probably unnecessary as well, but, it's just my opinion there. Probably made somebody mad. So, but all these people that get mad at me, y'all got to understand something about me. I mean, Mikey.
I know what it's like to lose. Feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail nonetheless. I ask you, to what end? Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here.
And destiny could take the form of extinction, because isn't extinction a part of all our destiny? Aren't we all destined for an end? A climax, then a curtain call. Nobody lives forever, except the immortals. I'm talking about regular motherfuckers walking around in traffic and honking their horns, and people just pushing these baskets full of garbage, and people that are, working their ass off only just to have shit just taken from them at the drop of a dime. I gotta talk to the Attorney General. There has to be some rights. And it's funny too because California's been walking back all these mandates, which is weird because if they was real, then the last thing they would be doing is walking back, right? They would be walking forward. Isn't that what the governor said? He likes to lean in. Lean into what? Right now they're leaning away. Lean back. So we're getting our rights back, and thanks to public places and forums like Dark Skies News and Information and many other social media platforms and different people who stood up for our rights. We all stood up for the rights. First we stood up, for the pandemic and put our lives on the line, to keep businesses open and keep food inside of homes. And then, of course, we had to stand up to the government and its gross violation of our rights. It's ridiculous, but somebody has to do it. Because we don't do it, then it doesn't get done, and then next thing you know, you have an enslaved species. You know what I mean? And we don't need that. We have a beautiful, bright future if we just hold the course. Oh, man. Listen to Dark Side News and Information. Come to you live from Los Angeles, California. Gonna go to LA. Number one podcast. You know what it is? She
circle the block. Circle the cops. Circle the block. The block is so hot. Put the digger to the hand. This is how it is. This is how it is. Get to the hand. Get it up for my family. Put the digger to the hand. Put the see me family. Cut to the cop. The block to the cut to the block. Go to the block and a girl on the block. Yes, cause he hot. He circled the block. Come back. Move it like rocks. They cut to the cop. They cut to the cop. She's got. She got. They cut to the cop. They cut to the cop. He got
Nothing on that Skywalker. Big Dream. Shout out to Red. Thanks for the fire. The whole team is loving it.
If she got money, rolling the ask for a brother, drive a brother, Mercedes. We're crazy to hate. Forever my lady. Three cops in the cop. Go through, circle the block. The girl is a hot. Where you at, the girl? Three hots in the cop. That's all that I got. Circle the block. Like I'm the cops. Jumping up. Hey, baby. I'm so crazy. But that's all I got. To offer you. Three cops in the cop. 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 She got. Three cops in the cop. He got. Three cops in the cop. He got. Three cops in the cop. Work on the block. 3 days. 3 nights. Motel room. Yep, that's right. Day to the night. Day to the night. And it's day to the night. Rolling the community. Day to night. Break to the thing. We dated tonight. Hey. Three cops in the cop. Get to the back. Yes. The block is hot. Back to the spot. We circle the cop. Go ahead into the back of the spot. 3 cops in the cop. 3 cops in the cop. Yes, 3 cops in the cop. That's what she got. 3 cops in the cop. Circle the block like we was the cops. Jumping out like a. Call it black ops. Call it black ops. We circle the block. 3 cops in the cop. 3 cops in the cop. He got 3 cops in the cop. Oh, he got 3 cops in the cop. Oh, we got 3 cops in the cop. Circle the block like we were the cops. Coming up. Call it black ops. We wearing our black. Call it black ops. 3 cops in the cop. 3 cops in the cop.
Oh, that's 3 hots in the cop by yours truly. Hey, it's crazy, man. Right now we live here in Los Angeles, California. We got the whole team, and it's like, you know, on the verge of end times. These types of the things, like, so we prepare, you know. And ways that you can prepare is, you know, you need to stock up on water, you need to stock up on supplies, you need to stock up on things that you might need in case things go wrong. You know, in case the shelves go empty. You know, in case the prices get too high. You know, the sooner you start to prepare, the better off you'll be. Because trust me, you don't want to be scrounging for supplies during an event. Oh my God. Right now, Dark Skies with some information is the fastest growing podcast in the multiverse as more and more people are finding the truth right here. And I feel honored to be the captain of the ship and the people's champ. LC Grace. You know.
They would all cease to exist, and I call that mercy.
Oh man, where y'all can get all this from, man? Man, y'all supposed to be finding something to best describe me. You know, your fearless leader, fearless leader, right here. You know, the people's champ. You know, I take on all challenges because, you know, the people demand it. You know, the people that listen to this podcast are smarter than the average bear, smarter than the average reptilian. Well, I don't know about that. Reptilians are pretty smart. I mean, y'all don't give them credit. They act like they didn't invent all this technology that you're using right now. You know, caveman. Like I said, if humans were left to their own devices, you know, they would look at technology and probably smash it with a rock. You know, old school style. Caveman!
When I'm done, half of humanity will still be alive.
First of all, I'm here to save. That's what I hope. You know, I hope that I can save people. I can open eyes and, you know, encourage maybe one family to prepare for the worst, and maybe they'll survive. And to me, that's worth it. I mean, maybe I'll encourage a small town or a city, a state, you know, a governor. You know, maybe a world leader might actually listen to, you know, these words, you know, because I'm not saying that I'm wise, but these are words of wisdom. I mean, these words can help you, and that's my overall goal. Now, I always tell people that, do you want a motherfucker to politely not save you? Or do you want a motherfucker that's yelling at you like, get your ass up, come on, come with me if you want to live? I mean, are you going to really sit there like, that motherfucker's rude, you know, and then die? Or are you going to get up and say, you know, fuck that, he's rude, I need to go, you know, because he's right. That's who I am. You know, come with me if you want to live.
Oh, yeah. You're much more of a Thanos.
I am not Thanos. Thanos wanted to destroy half of the universe. I mean, me, I just would like to take the veil off our eyes and let the world see the universe for what it truly is. I would like the people to see, well, God's universe. I mean, these, like, multiverses are, you know, cute and fun, but just lacks depth, you know, lacks soul, compassion, empathy, love, you know. I guess a cold-hearted AI would leave those things out when creating a universe, but you need that. I mean, that's why God created things the way he did. I mean, because balance was needed, will always be needed.
I hope they remember you.
See, now you got Thanos talking to me. They don't need to remember me. You know what? Everybody who listens to this podcast know that I don't do this for fame. I don't do this for, well, to get rich. You know, they even cut off my money, you know, saying that, you know, you can't profit off the people's pain in Ukraine. I said, first of all, I don't profit. Second of all, I don't profit off nobody's pain. I'm very empathetic to the people of Ukraine. But you're mad because I'm also empathetic to the people of Russia. You're also mad because I call you out for instigating instead of peacemaking. I call you out for not being, well, neutral or defense-minded. You know, I call out aggression where I see it. You know, yeah, there's Russian aggression, but there's also NATO aggression. You know, it's just so much going on. So when I say stuff, they get mad. And why? You know, because it's always shut the fuck up, LC. And you don't know what you're talking about. I mean, it's not like I'm smarter than them. I mean, I'm not a genius. Well, they're definitely not geniuses. I mean, the whole stupid verse was created just for them to feel at home. I mean, me, I'm an intelligent being, and I crave intelligence, and I never fear intelligence. So if I run into something that's smarter than me, then I'm fascinated, hope to learn from it. You see, we hope to get through the end times, no matter what it could be. I mean, think about it. I mean, from people that are starving right now, wars, rumors of wars. You have pestilence. You have, just all the ingredients for a good old-fashioned extinction. And people think that, I'm insensitive when I look at these things, but I can only point out what I see. I'm not making this shit up. I mean, come on, people are hungry. The climate is going out of control. The planet is in flux. Nature don't like humans no more. And I can't blame her. I mean, if nature, was a person, the moment she see humans, she would probably get mad. These motherfuckers. Nature is inventing ways to, kill humans. And that's when you know that, you have fucked up. Because nature is usually not so aggressive, It's usually docile and kind and gentle, You feel like the warmth of a mother's bosom to a baby, How nature has cuddled us and carried us throughout evolution. And now we are faced with extinction and, nature's like, fuck that, let them die.
God is all powerful, cannot be all good. If he is all good, then he cannot be all powerful.
So there's balance. There's balance in all things. The moment that God created good, evil was created as well. Because you can never understand good unless you have something to weigh it against. If you see something evil and you always see evil, and there's no good, then, you won't have nothing to weigh your evil against. You can't say, well, that's evil and that's good if there's no good. And then what happens is you become desensitized to just violent and heinous behavior that's probably wouldn't cut it in the intergalactic community or in a civilized community. That's why we see civilizations breaking down all around the planet, from economies, what I predicted. Go listen to the podcast, people's rights and, the forced, vaccinations and mandates. Just all of it is a part of just a single-minded effort to basically eradicate, what seems to be us. So, yeah, in the face of eradication, I'm not a fan of that. So I'll stand up and I will prepare to the best of my ability. I will try to protect my loved ones. Then I will try to spread the word to like-minded people like me in hopes that maybe they'll prepare and, maybe save their families as well. And if you could just get enough of that, then, there can never be an extinction. It can only be a thinning of the herd. But y'all know that I believe in natural selection, and that nature selects who it wants to, eradicate. Listening to Dark Skies News and Information, live from Los Angeles. I'm your host, L.C. Grace.
So much game for your mama, so fly. Bahama mamas dance on this anaconda. Our Father, our Father. It was said it's written on the collar. All the ladies wanna holler. Our Father, our Father. Make you wanna holler, holler, holler. Reckless Armada, guns for dollars. We in deep like a fucking otter. Used to magic like I'm Harry Potter. Our Father, our Father. I bite the pill until I can't feel. I live my life like a movie, but my life is real. My sex is real, my street life is real. I'm for real. All types of pills. Our Father, got the powder. See me, that means I'm jumping in and out of. I'm not Thor, but I bring the hammer. Bring the hammer. Bags like Santa. Praying mantle. Our Father, up in heaven. Our Father, up in heaven. Our Father, up in heaven. Married, no wedding. Our Father, up in heaven. Birthday, open up the presents. Our Father, up in heaven. Our
If we're in end times, I've already come to the clear and resolute. Yeah. No, for a fact, we all not gonna make it. I mean, so I'm trying to, well, save what I can. Save who I can. Anybody who listens increases their chance, you know. I mean, I'm not trying to say that, you know, I'm some type of prophet. I'm just a motherfucker that's paying attention. And what I see, I share. I don't, you know, go hide, you know. Not doing this as a secret. You know, this is not a secret. Or this is not secret information. This is not top secret. This is not, you know, violating any bylaws, right? I'm not violating any bylaws here, am I?
Ostracized from his own people and developed a personal mantra of nihilistic destruction.
Yes, I am ostracized by my own people, but come on. I mean, the destruction of the multiverse is inevitable. I mean, even in the comic books and the movies, and it shows that it happens. I mean, and none of those comic books, none of those movies, and none of those things had, well, an LC variant. You know, that causes the destruction of the universe. You know, it wasn't written in no ancient, well, nothing that, okay, I'll leave that alone. Because my whole thing is, you know, people get mad too fast. I mean, I'm just trying to reach out. I'm trying to save people, and I don't want to get, you know, caught up in people focusing on too much into me, because it's like, don't kill the messenger, you know? Won't you listen to the message? I mean, especially if the message is duck, you know. I don't understand why you would get mad if I tell you duck before, like, let's say a rock hit you, you know, a rock that split your skull, you know, gave you a concussion, put you in a 3-day coma, you know, the fuck? Like, what happened? What happened? I told you to duck, you didn't, man. Well, are you okay? I mean, this is like an analogy that I always give people, and it's good for end times, it's good for just your daily life. Now, ask yourself, if you were walking down the street and somebody from behind hurls a rock right at your head, well, answer me this. Do you think it would hurt, well, if you didn't know it was thrown? Or will it hurt whether you knew it was thrown or didn't? If it hit you, it's just going to hurt. I mean, things that you don't know can still hurt you. I mean, things that you don't know could be absolutely disastrous to your well-being and your ability to move forward. I mean, let's say that an event happens, right? And you get on some fucking flip-flops. Massive earthquake, lights go out, power lines down, people riding and everything's going crazy, and get your flip-flops on. The fuck you finna do? I mean, what if the roads are unpassable and you have to walk? You know, because all the damage and cracks in the road and exposed power lines and gas mains and fires and explosions and people trying to evacuate and people trying to get to their families. Just a hellacious, you know, situation. And you got some flip-flops on, you know? Come on, man. What you gonna do? You know? While you're traveling, and what if something happened and you get buried in or you get blocked in? You know? Do you even have any water with you? You know? Do you carry water with you? Do you have us? It's ridiculous. I shouldn't have to tell you these things, you know? What? Why should you have water? You know, why am I stuck in water? Like, you dumbass, because if something happened, you might not be able to go out to get water, you know? Like, what's going to happen to stop me from getting water? Maybe a nuclear winter, you know? I mean, you can go out and get some water if you don't mind, you know, radiation sickness. You know? What if, you know, everything just goes black? What you mean? I mean, a coronal mass ejection from the sun, man. It's like a, you know, could really fuck up our electrical grid. You know, everything could go black. You know, all the computers, and won't be no Google Maps. You know, no Uber. Won't be no YouTube or, you know, Twitter to block my thumbnails. You know, AIs are useless once the power go out. I always say that the smartest computer is just a paperweight if it ain't plugged in or charged or has some type of power source. Now, AI is probably eventually, you know, realized that humans are stupid and never took this into consideration, and probably take it into consideration itself. I mean, AIs will probably have battery plants built, and, you know, they'd be like Tesla. You know, building these batteries so they could, you know, live longer. You know, always improving on the battery. Like Tony Stark in his Iron Man suits, how he constantly upgraded them. You know, the AI would think that way. You know, humans don't think that way. You know, they dumb. Especially in the stupid verse, they don't really take that into consideration. You know, trying to prepare, you know, trying to upgrade, not just yourself, but your living conditions, your survivability, your spiritual connection, your home. You know, we shit where we sleep. You know, this is like Earth, right? And we've so fucked up here. I mean, as far as like the pollution and our footprint and all the trees, and, you know, in California, this is California, right? We ain't got no fucking trees. Like, we don't have no shade. And at first it was like a running joke, you know, because, you know, we're like, we're shade deprived, you know, because they cut all the trees because they don't want you being comfortable anywhere, you know, because one of the cool things that you can do on a hot day is park like under a tree and get the shade and the breeze, and you can relax. Now you park under a tree and you might get a teeny bit of shade over a part of your windshield. It's probably going to be there for 20 minutes, you know, because this simulated sun moves a lot faster than the actual sun. I mean, this motherfucker races across the sky, you know, the day over before you even know it. Like, what the fuck? It's nighttime. And yes, it is. And even now, time is going past fast. I mean, we've been doing this podcast going on almost an hour. And usually we've been keeping them under an hour, you know, for the sake of our listeners. You know, we don't want them to just be locked in, you know, have things to do.
I finally rest and watch the sunrise on a grateful universe. The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. I think I'm in love with my 12-gauge pump. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. I think I'm in love with my 12 gauge pump. I think I need some more heat. AR-15s sounds good to me. Need another line, and it'll be good to see another day in city of LA. I love my 12 gauge. Gun on my lap, gun on my side. Have a war, my guns on my side. I'm about to take a ride, my guns on my side. If I live, my gun is on my side. And if I die, ashes to ashes and dust to dust. I think I love my 12 gauge pump. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Won't hesitate to fuck you up. Good but close combat. Motherfuckers come through your slums like wombats. 12 gauge pump can move you from your feet. Might knock a limb off, knock out your teeth. Deep, make your back hard for you to reach. Make your words for hard to speak and harder for you to speak. I might play a pimp and go get at your daughter. I might go to your college. That's getting smaller. That's crazy. Sometimes you make me wanna holler. Get up off that couch, man. Ouch, man. No doubts, man. Up north, down south, man. To the east, to the west. Coming through, vest, strap. Benally, it's Cali. It gets hot in the valley, but I'm from Compton, the place where blunts are blazing. Yes, we want the smoke. Here we go, here we go. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I think I love my 12 gauge pump. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. I think I love my 12 gauge pump. Ashes to
Listen
ashes,
to Dark
dust
Skies
to
News
dust. I think I love my 12 gauge
coming
pump.
to you live from Los Angeles, California, from the Bay to LA. What's up, Arizona?
Mouths that used to go around. And when we faced extinction, I offered a solution.
Oh, man. Yes, I believe that we are staring end times in the face. You know, my study of, extinction level events in the past and looking at all the ingredients that we have on the table right now is basically stirring a pot of good old gumbo. Well, I don't know how many of y'all like gumbo, but yeah, gumbo of destruction. Man, annihilation. I mean, of all of these innocent people who basically, if we're living in a free society, a real world where reality is more, in line with God's plan, and that's human evolution and humans one day taking their place amongst the cosmic neighborhood and amongst our brothers and sisters, the other creations of God. I mean, now, we're just hitting back in the back of the garage like, God's mistake. And I don't want to be God's mistake, I want God to look on us with smiling eyes and know that he has created something good. But when you look at what we are today and the things that we're doing to each other, I mean, it's sad.
What I mean is this, is that I think like the ultimate reality is probably consciousness itself, like consciousness as an information processing system. But, a dream is like a virtual reality. And then your living life, your living vivid life is like a virtual reality too. But the problem...
So we travel through what seems like an infinite number of realities that we call universes, and that our time ends in each one, right? I mean, there's a beginning and an end. I mean, it's quite irregular for a species to live this type of existence. I mean, I believe that we were better than we were now, or than we are now. We were better. We were more smarter. We were more equipped. We were more capable. I mean, now we're relying on computers and AIs. I mean, humans can't even do just simple calculations. I mean, forget chemistry or understanding biology or geography or meteorology. I mean, you got the meteorologists on TV, they spend their entire careers trying to explain simple weather patterns to stupid viewers. And the viewers will sit there and probably look at the skirt of the beautiful weather woman. You know, the weather girl, looking good. You know, you can wake up in the morning to look at her. But stupid ass, you don't even pay attention to, you know, what she's saying. Or have you learned? Because she's actually teaching, you know. They're teaching, you know, trying to tell you something. I mean, when they start talking like that new language, you know, like the atmospheric river, you know, it's going to rain very, very hard. They're like, well, why? Atmospheric river. I'm like, wait a minute. An atmospheric river? I'm a researcher, historian, and like you know, I consider myself a scientist in my own right. I mean, I'm not, you know, what you would call a traditional, but I believe in the scientific method. But I have never heard or read any record throughout history of Earth having an atmospheric river. It's just new to me. And then also the polar vortex. I mean, Chicago and Detroit be under snow, and New York is bracing for the polar vortex. I'm like, wait, what? Not a blizzard, but like a polar vortex? It's not like multiple blizzards. I don't know. I mean, I would have to actually do my research, but these are new terms that are being used by, well, the media to explain how fucked up shit is, you know, to people who, well, don't understand how fucked up shit is, even if they were told how fucked up shit is. You know, so maybe they'll give it a new name, you know, instead of just saying, something's happening, we're not sure what, but in any frame of reference or any, well, atmospheric, detailed predictions, well, we are finna die. The weather's finna go bananas, and we don't have no answer to why and how long it's gonna be that way and what type of effects it's gonna deliver. But we can just say that the weather is just gonna deliver some very inclement regions that will make parts of the world probably uninhabitable, considering we don't have that much land anywhere, so much ocean. I mean, maybe it's going to become a water world where we have to go out there and live on the ocean just to get away from the volcanic and the shaking underground. I don't know. But it's wild, I'm telling you. It's the type of stuff that movies are made of. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back and we're going to get ready to end this show because there's so much more to do. Oh my God.
The guys are back. When I say holla, holla back. Oh, the guys are back.
Y'all got some songs today, huh?
The gods are back. Oh, the gods are back. The dream is back. You see me in the back, leaning back. No Maybach. So they say that I'm back for the payback. I'm all in and out off path. That path will say Jack, reckless. There's nothing that we lack. Plus, we stay strapped. Thought I told you that in an old track that you heard from way back. We go way back to the days that I was raised at. Pull that, click, clap. Make you flip like an acrobat. You're about to make me go Simon Aftermath. and there'll be nothing after that. I'm wrecking rap, concussion tracks. At the top, float like a hurricane. I'm getting so high that the summer is getting hot. Bring the heat back. Oh, dear God, we need that. The C's back. Bring the Compton G's back. Here we go, another track. Hit 'em back to back. I'm so selfish that when we come back, they say the gods are back. The gods are back. So when I say holla, then holla back. The gods are back. Imagine that. OD on another track. I punish tracks. I bring it to 'em. Match for match. Fire, fire. Here we go. None can match my desires. Check the attire, it's khaki suits. Nigga, I rep the wire, I rap the wire. It's live, you feel the fire. I break fast, I won't stop until I finish first and they last. Oh my God, tell me what you see. There's nothing after me. My ability is like extraterrestrial. I don't understand, but I'm next to pull the championship. I ride till the end. I never stop. I ride with my fans. Reckless to the end. Let me begin. Then I end. Where I begin is like a circle of friends. I represent. How many corners we did? How many friends? We ride till the motherfucking end. Oh my God, the guys are back. When I say holla, then holla back. Oh my God, the guys are back. Imagine that. Oh the God, the guys are back.
You listening to Dark
Oh
Skies?
God, the guys are back. When I say holla,
Coming to you live
holla
from
back. Oh God, the guys are back. Oh the God, imagine that. The guys are back.
Still waiting for the sound to set so we can feel some of that cool air. Might have to go close to the coast today. You know what I'm saying? But this is California.
Does have a point. Agree or not, he makes a compelling case for unchecked life in the universe being paradoxical to its nature. But
Oh man, like I said, you listen to the Dark Skies News and Information, and as usual, we bring you the real. And it's hard, you know, living in a world where, you know, the truth is denied, you know, and that's not like a lie, right? It's like, you know, getting a loophole around a lie is, you know, denying the truth. Yeah. Oh, you truth deniers. Got oath deniers, you know, and I'm talking about in the medical field, you know, doctors who took these oaths, you know, protect life, you know, but then they'll peddle a vaccine into your body that might not be natural, you know, not a part of God's plan. I mean, and the whole thing about it is a part of God's plan is your plan, you know, your plan to survive, to preserve the gift that you've been given. I mean, what if God gave that gift, like, to that couch over there instead of your ass? You know, the couch would be alive walking around, you know, figuring shit out. And you just be something that somebody can sit on. You know, farting and shit. I mean, come on, man. You could be better. I mean, I can be better. I mean, I look in the mirror when I say these things, you know, because I can't hope to change the world until I can change myself. So I boldly walk towards change.
I copped a chopper, no propeller. I'm Dana Dane. I send the fellas. Copped a chopper, no propellers. Dana Dane. I send the fellas. I send the fellas. Copped a chopper, no propellers. I'm Dana Dane. Send the fellas. I send the fellas. Copped a chopper, no propellers. No propellers, no choppers, no propellers. Dana Dane.
I send the fellas, you got me fucked up like Coachella. I ride, but watch me bella. I'm a seller, selling the weed, selling the pills. This is the shit, but still too real. Packing the steel, but we act too real. I'm looking at you, packing the steel, but never ready to kill. But half of the shit that I kick is way too real. They ready to stop it. Lines in the pocket, guns in the pocket, flying off like rockets. Not space these pockets, but still my pockets staying fat. Still I drop it, younger than the fact. Nothing the shit, then I brought to the back. Niggas are looking, you looking like that. Fucking with me and I bring in my gas. Hop in the chopper, no propellers. Hop the chopper, no propellers. No propellers, hop the chopper. I send the fellas, Dana, send the fellas. Hop the chopper, no propellers. Dana, I send the fellas. You get it, caught up. You're licking the shit that I brought up. Was brought up. Never to take Nevada. Niggas will fall. Word to my father. All fathers up in heaven. Give me a present. Compton chopper. Bless me in the present. Cause my enemy. And I can make him sleep. I can make him breathe. Make him bleed. Compton chopper, no propellers. Compton chopper, no propellers.
Oh yeah, like I said, you listen to Dark Skies.
Compton chopper, no propellers.
And information. You know, we like got our ear to the streets, right? You know, because we are the streets. Reckless. We Compton, you know, west side, east side, you know, south side, you know, north side. We all over, you know. We at Compton connected, you know. But we also give love to Inglewood, also Long Beach, Watts. It's like a life there. You know, it's a different type of life in Watts, you know. But much love. And also, as LA becomes more and more enamored with Dark Skies News and Information, people are becoming more focused on the truth, opening their eyes and chasing reality. For the facts are there. Proof is in the pudding. I mean, I can't make this shit up. I mean, you can keep trying to make it seem like, you know, I'm a villain and I'm trying to, like, hurt the universe.
A misguided religious extremist. While he bears the character flaw of an unchecked ego and a literal God complex.
Oh, man. See, my team is just relentless, you know. But, you know, they hold me in check and they make me think about, you know, the small things as I often focus on the large things. And keeps me grounded. And I respect and love each and every one of them. I mean, but, you know, just thinking about, you know, the show and end times, you know, I often tell people to just prepare because I can't tell you how it's going to happen. But, you know, I can give you some clues. Like, you know, World War III, you know. We had World War I and II, but you know that, you know, movie was a trilogy. You know, so we're waiting for part 3 to drop. And look like it's in theaters right now. I mean, so you might want to, you know, go check that out. And see, watch, somebody going to hit me with, oh, he's insensitive. Oh, boo-hoo. What the fuck, man? I can't warn the people. I mean, what am I doing wrong?
To be an elemental force that is unstoppable. Mainly, he views himself as a god.
Listen, You know, my view of myself has no effect on the outer world and its view on itself or its view on me. At least I don't know. I mean, nobody really cared about, you know, what I thought. Even though I spend, you know, many, many hours, you know, recording live on iHeartRadio, Spotify, you know, people are tuning in, but at the same time, they wonder, like, what's wrong with LC today? I mean, same thing was wrong with me yesterday. I mean, I'm trying to fix an unfixable problem.
And I certainly do chime with what if I understand you correctly, when you're talking about that, you know, consciousness is the ultimate reality. That's Rene Descartes, right? That's I think, therefore I am. That's our only way of knowing that we exist or that anything actually exists, is that we can think it, we can experience it. But
Therein lies perception. So as we get ready for end times, just remember that, you know, it could be war, you know, because there are wars and rumors of wars, you know, it could be pestilence, you know, we did have the pandemic, you know, it could be climate change, or, you know, a mad and furious nature, revenge of nature. That'd be cold. I mean, I told you, nature got extinction in her tool belt. I mean, there's so many different ways. You know, a big rock can, you know, just come down from the sky and just cancel Christmas. So, so all I'm saying is, you know, do what you can to get ready, and some things are just not possible to get ready for. But, you know, I don't want to die because I didn't try, and I don't want people to die because they didn't try. So, there is my position. So y'all can say what y'all want about me. Y'all can keep running those drops. I love my team, you know, it keeps me grounded. I mean, I accept whatever they say. I mean, because what can I say? I mean, your opinion about me is yours and yours alone. And it's not right for me to deny you of that. I mean, so feel what you fucking feel and save yourself, save others, and, well, let's do the right thing. Listen to Dark Skies News and Information. Jennifer Jeff, John, Becky, Leader AV, King Daniel. Oh my God, all the beautiful people in Gambia, South Africa. Oh my God, this is unreal. So I'm finna enjoy the unrealness. Peace. I love you. I'm your host, LC Grace, and, you know, from Compton to LA, Inglewood to Watts, Long Beach, we are the Union. God bless all. God bless Ukraine. God bless Russia. God bless NATO. God bless Europe. UK, I know you're listening. God bless you all. And I'm out.